petition, and we are grateful once again to our partner radio stations that are carrying this program live. And I'm alive to the fact live on Tuta FM, that is on 90.7 in Mansa, covering the rest of Luapula province. Also live on ZFM, that is in Kapiri, on 100.3 FM, and also live in Kabwe Central Province, and that is on Spice FM on 91.1. In Ndola on the Copper Belt, we are live on Platinum Radio, that is on 99.7. Remember, we are also live on our Facebook page, and that's 5FM. Our page, like it, and leave us a hear from you. And later on in the course of the program, I will give our listener an opportunity to call in and interact with our guest. And I'm your host, Zachariah Banda. Now, today, our guest is an interesting individual. We'll definitely be finding out more about herself and her political aspirations. And of course, her name is Zelipa Chisulo. She is the UPND Lumezi aspiring candidate. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good morning, listeners. Good morning, people of Lumezi, and good morning, Zambia at large.
Great. So, how are you?
I'm very good. And how are you?
Fine, thank you. Good to have you here. It's always a pleasure to have women guests who are aspiring to take up political positions, and I think that it's been the talk of everyone around this country that we need to have women in political positions, and it's good to have you. But then it doesn't just start now with you. Your history of politics. Just share with us a bit about yourself, first of all, because our listeners would be listening to you for the first time. Just tell us briefly about yourself. Who is Zelipa Chisulo?
Zelipa Chisulo, I come from Chief Chikomeni in Lumezi, in Mukaya village.
Right.
The Chief Chikomeni who's there now is my brother or my cousin. I come from a family of politicians. My father stood in Lundazi, when it was Lundazi then, in 1973.
Right.
As member of parliament. Then from there, we moved on to Lusaka. The time the late fourth Republican President, Zachariah Banda, became member of parliament for Munali, my father was his campaign manager. Everything was being done from our home. So he went on to be the vice president and later on to be the president. So I started getting interested into politics from the age of 10. I was so much in love with the Unipe Regalia at that time.
Yes.
And when my father was very active into politics.
Right.
So after that, the time President Zachariah Banda became vice president and subsequently president, I was in the presidential media campaign team as well as the media. So we were doing the planning, the branding, and everything together.
Right.
So the time we were going around he was going around the country, I would go with him, and also just to learn how politics are done. I attended the MMD conventions, I attended the card renewals and everything.
Yeah.
So for me, I was learning how things are done, and President Zachariah Banda was my mentor. So I learned a lot through that.
Right.
And then up until 2018, I tried to stand as Lusaka mayor. Then I didn't make it. Then I went back to...
was that under MMD? No?
No. That was now under PF.
Oh, okay.
Because remember from MMD, President Zachariah Banda came and supported the President Edgar Lungu.
Right.
So at that moment, I moved and became in the presidential team for Edgar Lungu, and we made sure that he won that election.
Yeah.
So that after the Lusaka mayor, I didn't make it. Then I went back to our people in Lumezi. That was 2018, 19, 20, up until 2021, when I decided to contest.
But wait, at what point did you leave Patriotic Front?
Okay, the time we were now, when President Zachariah Banda changed to now come and support UPND, at that moment I also moved because I was moving with him. Whatever decisions he decides and makes as my father, because my father died quite early, I think in 2002. So up until then, the time was vice president, president, I was with him through and through. So he taught me, he mentored me. And then, so when he moved when supported Edgar Chagwa, I was in the presidential media team for Edgar Chagwa. From there, now when it came to support towards the 2021, I also had to move. So I moved with him. So
so you became a UPND member?
Yes, I got my membership card 7 years ago for the UPND.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So I've done renewal. I'm a gold member. So
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. It speaks why you are a UPND aspiring candidate. But then, what else have you done other than politics?
So I went to Lumezi Primary School from grade 4 up to 7. Then I went to Kadlunga Girls Secondary School from grade 8 up to grade 12.
Right.
Then from there, I went on to start marketing. I'm a marketer by profession. And then I run the business. I deal in corporate branding as well as construction.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. And so 2021, let's have a conversation around 2021, because you have stood as a Lumezi independent member of parliament in 21. You did that. You didn't win it. But the question is, why independent when you have been a card carrier of the UPND?
Okay, at that moment, our colleague McDonald Piri was selected from Lusaka, and then he was given the adoption certificate directly. He didn't do the primaries and all. So
when you say primaries, what do you mean?
Meaning co-primaries. Yes. So at that moment, I decided to consult independent, because in the past he stood as an independent. So I further on, she's my aunt. So I consulted her and she said, no, I think do not stop, go for it, go stand as an independent. I also consulted Chief Mwasempangwe as well as Chief Mwaselundazi. By then, he was the one that was acting as our chief in Chief Chikomeni.
Yes.
And as well as Mwanda. So when I'd done my consultations, and all of them were saying, no, go for it, stand as an independent, it's because they believed in me and they thought that I was going to make it. So at that moment, that's how I decided to file in and go as an independent. So after that, I didn't make it. Then myself and McDonald Piri, who stood under the UPND, the UPND party gave us one lawyer. So all of us went to Chipata High Court and petitioned Munia's election. Then they us as one unit because we had one and the same.
Yeah.
So at that moment, PF, Pilia Jerry, she also had it was overwhelming evidence. There was a lot of rigging and vote buying and all that.
Yeah.
But the courts decided that, and even at that moment, he had offered me some money to draw the case because I had a very strong case, and I refused. So at that moment, when it was upheld, we went to the Constitutional Court in Lusaka.
Did you then bring this as an fact that he had offered you money? Because that amounts to corruption. Did you do about it? Did you just decline the offer and forgot about it?
I declined and forgot about it. And then now when we came to the Constitutional Court, I discovered that we hadn't filed in. My lawyer had not filed in. At that moment, I was advised by the UPND legal team that I should go in and appeal out of time.
Okay.
Because it was going to be easy if I did that in my individual capacity. So that's what I appealed out of time, and the court granted me to file in out of time. And so at that moment, that's how the UPND party, the legal team, gave me another lawyer. And that's the one, Butler Style, that's the one we went with up to the Constitutional Court. So at that stage, Munia now came to offer me more money, and I still refused. I had a recording. I did present it to Honorable Jack Wimbo, Home Affairs Minister.
Right.
And then because at that moment, you can't bring in fresh evidence. When you go to the Constitutional Court, you're appealing. You're appealing with the evidence that you had produced.
You took a recording of Munia's offer for you to withdraw the case to Honorable Jack Mwimbu. In what capacity were you presenting it to him?
He's a chairman for the legal team, for the UPND legal team.
Right.
So he was still as a chairman. So I had to present everything that I had to the legal team. Yes. So at that moment, when it was still upheld, I said, okay, let me just leave it here. no more appeals, nothing whatsoever. Let me wait for 2026. Then immediately I hit the ground. I went back to our people in Lumezi, and I made sure that I was there doing one or two things, helping them where I can, and just to be with them during the time when they're mourning, I'm with them. During the time when they're celebrating, I'm with them. When you're celebrating Women's Day, Youth Day, I've been there through and through. So up until now that we have this vacancy, I said, okay, since I'm always on the ground, I'm with the people, let me also participate and try and stand under the UPND ticket.
Don't you think that those offers that Munia made to you to withdraw the case would have helped you even, get a better outcome out of the case?
No. It meant that I mean, because I needed to maintain my integrity. So had I gotten that money then?
No, but I mean, just me saying you could have presented those offers to the court and say, look, it's obviously showing that this person knows, because if truly he did not do the things that we have brought him to court for, he would not be going as far as offering you a bribe.
Okay, like I'm saying, the second time he offered me, that's the one that I said, okay, now I did that recording and presented it. So at that moment, you cannot bring in fresh evidence to the Constitutional Court.
Right.
It's based on what you earlier submitted in the High Court. So in that instance, what we submitted in Chipata High Court is what we brought forth to the Constitutional Court to appeal.
Okay.
So I couldn't have brought in fresh evidence at that moment.
Fair enough. But then now that we are where we are, because obviously for you to take the matter to court and petition the election of Munia Zulu, it meant that obviously you were not satisfied. And so here we are. The seat that you actually went for is vacant. Do you feel that God has done you justice?
Somehow, because I think at times when we're doing things in our human capacity, you use you have the money, you have the muscle, you have everything, you are running. When you win, you think that it is what you had, the muscle, the money, and everything. But I think God does take his time, and in his own ways, he wants to show his power. Because with the moment you lay back and you trust in God and you leave everything in God's hand, a day will come like this one where God will now say, okay, now you're prepared. Now I'll give you this. And you're going to see how powerful and mighty I am. So for me, from the word go, I've just seen the hand of God. And I know that it's God's time and it's my time. It's the time that God has ordained for me to be there and to just save the people of Lumezi.
Why do you think that you are the right candidate? And why do you think that the UPND should definitely adopt you?
Okay, first of all, the people of Lumezi, I think they're tired with having a man leading them, because when our Munia was there as MP, there's nothing that he did, and he was nowhere to be seen. Secondly, they know that if it is a woman has a bigger heart. I mean, we are the backbone, we are the pillars of families, the nation, and all. A woman has got a heart to save the people. And for a woman, you won't go and steal people's money. If it's money meant for the constituency, you make sure that every single penny, every single way is accounted for. And you make sure that the people's lives are changed. Because our nature is we are mothers, and our nature is that we have a bigger heart, we accommodate everybody. So it's different with a man. Secondly, our president, Mr. Kende Chilema, has been wanting to work with women. There's also a championing of the amendment of the Constitution, bringing more women. So I think it's the right time that this has come, and there's this seat where there's only one female that wants to stand and represent the people of Lumezi. So it's what the president says, it should now come into action. So I think it's the right time now that, the UPND have a chance and an opportunity to have a female representative into parliament through the people of Lumezi. So I think for me, I've been there. I've never left the people of Lumezi. And then even after 2021, I've always gone back. I'm always with the people. It's different with my other 6 brothers. I call them brothers, the males,
Yeah.
because they've not been there. I mean, somebody left maybe 21 years ago. People don't know you. The chiefs have died. New chiefs have come on board. Others stood in other constituencies before. They're deceased for other constituencies before, so they don't know them. Yes, they could have some roots into Lumezi somewhere, somehow, but you may find that the things have changed, people have changed. And so if they've not been there, they've not gone back, they've not been on the ground, people don't know them. But for me, it's a household name. When you go to Lumezi, on the ground, everywhere you go, Zelipa is there, it's a name. So it will be easy for us as UPND party to win that the by-election that's coming forth with a landslide margin, because I'm not only confident, but I know that my name is on the ground, and the people, they want a female woman this time, and I'm ready to serve the people of Lumezi.
I'm here trying to think around the fact that one, you were not adopted, and of course, here we are. We are going for another by-election. Should you not be adopted, what would be your next move? Independent again?
No, not at all.
Why not?
I've been saying, being independent, it's not cheap.
From experience.
Yes, you're like your own party. And so everything you're doing is almost equivalent to a party. And for me, I thank God that time I had a lot of support from my late uncle, Zachariah Banda, the family and friends. They really came on board and supported me. And from my company, we also had to get some funds and pump in. So for me, I wasn't going to do it without family and friends and everybody that came on board. And if I look at the money that I spent, it was quite huge. It's a lot of money that was invested and pumped in. So for me, I'm saying, yes, I did give a run. I tried my best. And then maybe like that time, God did not, it wasn't ready for me. And now God says I'm ready.
How many votes did you get at the time?
Okay, I came number 4.
Yeah.
It was Munia Zulu.
Yes.
And then Pillar Jerry number 2, then McDonald Perry, and the UPND number 3. I came number 4. So I wouldn't want to go that route.
Yeah.
If the party adopts a male from my 6 brothers, I'll rally behind and support that person, really. I don't see myself going independent anymore, because like I said, it's very expensive. I wouldn't want to go that route. But I know for sure that the party will definitely adopt me, because I'm not because I'm a woman, but because I'm a very strong candidate. I'm the only candidate that has a voter's card in Lumezi. The rest they don't have. In other words, I'm the only candidate that can vote for myself.
How do you know that the rest don't have?
I know, because they haven't lived in Lumezi. They haven't been on the ground.
Yeah.
Yes, they've lived in other constituencies and all.
So they vote from elsewhere.
They vote from elsewhere and not from Lumezi. So I'm the only one that votes
and the
from
rule,
Lumezi.
the electoral rule is that you must have a voter's card from within. Is that so? No.
I think you can still vote, but it means you can't vote for yourself. You can only vote from where you come from or where you registered. But for me, I'll be the first one to cast a vote. I'll be the first one to vote for myself, The rest they don't have. And then if we're looking at, because I'm in talks with our colleagues, because we're one people in Lumezi, so even like the people that have applied under PF, I know that all 6 of them, the men, they can't match with me. The experience that I have, and just being on the ground, they can't match with me. Same with our 6 men within the UPND, nobody can match with me. And so if they choose any of them, it means it will be a tug of war. It will be 50-50. We may win, we may lose the seat. It will be a 50-50 situation. I mean, in other words, it means we'll be gambling. But if the party has to pick me, it means it's 100% win. We'll win with a landslide margin, because I'm very popular among everybody else, all the aspirants, both in the opposition and in the UPND party. I know that, and it's a fact. If people go on the ground, they'll be able to check that, and they'll find that what I'm saying is actually very factual.
Yeah. Facts also are presenting you with a challenge, because facts about Eastern Province is that it's not easy to unseat anything that was, or anyone that was associated with the previous government. And I think that evidence is already showing that the UPND have so far failed to get a seat in Eastern Province on 2 by-elections. Now we are getting into the 3rd one, probably the 4th one with Mfue. But based on that history, do you think that this time around it will be different?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I think it will be different completely, because if people want a particular candidate on the ground, because that's the person they know, that they've sat with that person, ate with that person, mourned with that person, and then you go and change and you bring in somebody else whom the people do not even know, it's very difficult at that moment to win a by-election. Because people are saying, we know this person, give us the person that we want. Because we believe and trust that this person will be able to do the things that the problems that we are having or we're going through. So if you come and change and then you give the people a leader whom they do not want, then it becomes a problem. Then at that moment, it means the voters will show you, because they are the ones with the power. They'll come and show you that because you've decided to give us a person that we don't know, the person that we don't want, then we'll show you that we have the power. So they'll go and vote for somebody else, either in the opposition and somebody whom they know at least was with them. So in this case, for Lumezi, it's very clear. I mean, we can't make that mistake. If we are going to win this seat as UPND, then it means they viewed me as a candidate, because I know Lumezi very well. Lumezi is in my hands. You know, tip of my hands. I know Lumezi very well. I've been to every corner, every area. Lumezi is vast. And so you can't come and win an election in 29 days if you're not known on the ground. The person that they know and they eat with and they sleep with, who's me, Zelipa Chisulo, it will be easy for the party to sell me in the 29 days which ECZ has given us. Because there's no time really. 29 days is very little time for you to sell somebody whom people don't know. But for me, I'm well known there. I stood on the ballot in 2021. People still have my name in their heads and they know me, they see me. That's the difference. I'm always with them. So it will be much easier for me to win the election under the party. And so if we do the right thing, it means we're going to win Lumezi with a landslide victory. But if they go otherwise, it means, that's why I'm saying it will be a tug of war, it will be 50-50. It means even the people will reject us. And so we'll find that the opposition, because remember, the opposition are saying they want to field one candidate, or the opposition, they want to field one candidate. And so it means them as the opposition will carry the day. But I know that if I'm the one who's adopted and I'm standing on the UPND ticket, I know how we can campaign together, the whole team, the president and everyone. I know we can get that seat of Lumezi. It will be under UPND, because we are looking at 2025 now. We are also looking at 2026. I'm also looking at the presidential vote, because we need a vote as Eastern Province block vote. So all those things, with my experience, I know that we can work together, and this thing, we can achieve it together as the UPND.
Great. Now, there's also a plan by the opposition that they would like to use Lumezi as a test of unity. All right. They do not want to, as many opposition political parties, to file in their different candidates. They want to unite and file in one candidate. Does that pose a challenge to you?
It doesn't at all. Because yes, they may team up and have one candidate, but that candidate, is he as strong as I am on the ground with the grassroots? So for me, like I'm saying, because I've weighed in on everybody that has come forth, that has applied, that wants to stand. And I'm saying, for those that would want to stand independent, it's not their time, because Lumezi people are tired of independence. We've had 2 independents, nothing has happened. So that route, people of Lumezi are not going to that route. For a man, we have tried a man before, and the people of Lumezi are saying, no, we don't want a man this time, we want a woman. And we want a woman that will represent us and will be able to help us. And that woman is only one woman, who's Zelipa. I haven't heard of any other woman that wants to stand in Lumezi, even if on the opposition side, there's no any other woman apart from me, because I know that I'm a very strong candidate. I'm there on the ground, and the people of Lumezi want me to represent them, to be their member of parliament. So even if the whole opposition teamed up together, I don't think they'll still be able to beat us as UPND. I know that I will still carry the day. The party of UPND will still carry the day. It doesn't matter how many there will be, but they won't beat us. Because like I'm saying, I know Lumezi very well, and we have a very strong provincial team led by Honorable Peter Piri. I think they're working so hard, even on the ground, the structures, and to make sure that the UPND structures are very solid. So I know that we'll carry the day at the end of the day.
This is the Tuesday edition of The Burning Issue. My guest is Zelipa Chisulo, who is the UPND Lumezi aspiring candidate. And we are definitely trying to understand who Zelipa is and what she's capable of delivering for the people of Lumezi. Now, I still have one important question. I love your confidence, but I'm also alive to the fact that Lumezi could equally go through a sympathy vote. How do you challenge that?
I know, like our colleagues in the opposition, they're coming up with all those sympathy votes. I mean, songs.
Yeah.
It won't work. It won't work for the mere fact that when the people of Lumezi, Munia, to be their member of parliament, all he did was to go to parliament and fight with people and insult with people. They watch the news. They what goes on in parliament. So the people in Lumezi, they know.
So giving sympathy?
It's not. He's not worth. I know people what they're saying on the ground. They've been disappointed. Even, like I said, the whole 2024, Munia never stepped a foot in Lumezi. And they're saying, where's our MP? How come he's not with us? When we have these problems, how come he's never come to us? He's never come to speak to us. He doesn't pick up calls. He doesn't help. Even if there are funerals, he won't help. And they're saying, how can we have an MP who's ever absent, who's never there for us? He doesn't help us. So this has been the cry for the people for the last 3-4 years. So where is the sympathy going to come from? Because they've tried to communicate with the MP, he doesn't pick up calls. Even the council chairperson for Lumezi, who's the PF council chairperson, even his complaint to me before, he says that our MP doesn't pick up calls. Even me as a council chairperson, even if I send a text or I try to call, he will never respond. He will never, even if there's an issue, I'm trying to get advice from him as the MP for Lumezi, he still won't respond. So where's the sympathy going to come in from? Because the people of Lumezi are so disappointed. People of Lumezi are hurt right now. And they're looking for a savior to come and save them and help them. So if Munia has not been there all these 4 years, even the people that are championing those songs and coming up, where's the sympathy going to come from? It's different if somebody's with you, is eating with you, is helping you with your problems, and you see him. The moment that is done, if somebody's incarcerated, it will be a different story, because somebody whom you live with every time is not there today. You can't see that person. So that way the sympathy will come in. But where you've not seen that person for years, he doesn't show up, he doesn't come, where will the sympathy come from? It's as good as before, that he's not around today. So that is not going to work. Sympathy in Lumezi won't work, because the people are tired, the people are fed up, the people are so heartbroken, I must say, that they've really had a disservice in Lumezi. They were hoping that maybe these 4-5 years, something was going to happen in Lumezi, but completely nothing has happened. I mean, even things which at least an MP should have championed, to see that there are things like boreholes and all that, and he's never been there. So really, the sympathy won't work.
Now, should you be adopted and eventually win and become the member of parliament for Lumezi, you only have a year left.
9 months.
Before we get into the next election, 9 months. And Lumezi, like you've said, there are a couple of challenges that the people of Lumezi are facing. Among the challenges that we would like to hear from you that you know of, which ones do you think will be your priority in 9 months? before the general elections. Because again, you must be seen to work even when it's 9 months. You can't give an excuse that I've only been here for 9 months, wait for my 5-year term, and then I should be able to deliver. No, but there are certain challenges that obviously you can work on in 9 months. Do you have any as on top of your list?
Yes. There are quite like 3, which are emergencies for me. The moment I come in as a member of parliament, I'm looking at the aspect of health. Because I've said this time and again, that like in Mwanya Chiefdom clinic, the roof was blown off some 3 years ago. And then for me, I'm saying those are some of the things we can do with the CDF fund. Because I know and I believe that we still have the funds for 2025. We've not utilized everything. So for me, when I come on board, I'll be sitting down with everybody, all the stakeholders, the council, the ward development committees and all, and say, please, can we look at this area? Is it possible that we can maybe get a 1 million kwacha so that we finalize, we put up the clinic to be up and running? Is it possible that maybe we can buy 3 ambulances, the Valley site, because Lumezi has got 2 parts, which is the Plateau site, which has the 3 chiefs, Mwasempangwe, Chukomeni, where I come from, and Zumwanda. And then the Valley side, there's Mwanya, there's Chungulu, and Kazembe. So the Valley side, coming to the only hospital in Lumezi, in the Plateau side, it takes them about 4 hours to get to Lumezi Hospital. So if we can have ambulances stationed in those 3 chiefdoms, where if they have an emergency, a person is put in an ambulance and they're able to breathe through the oxygen, then at least they can get to the hospital. So I'm saying that as I come there, those are the things that we can do. At least the ambulances will be able to save the lives of the people. They won't die along the way. And then the other ambulance that the government is giving us now, it will be here in the Plateau area. So it can work within the Plateau area. But we should have those 3 stationed, which I know we can, the budget allows us, we can get that from the CDF funds. And then we're looking at the water. Lumezi has got a lot of rivers and streams and all that, but people do not have water, do not have access to water, to clean drinking. Those are some of the things that I'll be looking at through the CDF funds to say, okay, is it possible that we can put boreholes like in these areas, like in Chief Mwasempangwe there, the chief has complained severely. Even last month when I met her, she says, please, the moment you come in, please ensure that we have water here in my chiefdom, because at the palace, there's 1 borehole. So the whole area there, they draw water from that borehole. When it's 12 o'clock, the water becomes muddy, and also it means people are not getting clean water. So she says by the time it gets maybe July or August, that borehole would have dried out completely. So it means people won't have any means of getting water. So for me, I'm saying we'll come and look in those chiefdoms where it is an emergency. We try and put up boreholes so that it helps the people. And then apart from that, I've got my colleagues that have already done the mapping in Lumezi and all. There's some investment that's coming in, and then they want to ensure that at least they work in Lumezi and just make sure that there's water, there's all that, and just to bring the constituency at least up to a certain level. So those are the plans that are in the pipeline. Those are the plans that will be implemented as soon as I get on the ground and as soon as I'm elected as MP. We've already started doing the plans and those meetings. So it's something that I implemented, and it's something that will be implemented in that 9 months. And it's something that people will be able to see with their own eyes. So from there, we're hoping that now we can bring it in these other constituencies. And also, apart from that, we have a challenge. We have the human resource with the teachers, but you find that like in Kazembe Chiefdom, I was talking to the headmaster there, they have 17 teachers, very few classrooms. So they have to wait until the classes are done. They go, others, they'll sit maybe under a tree and all that. So for me, I'm saying that those are the things we can say, okay, is it possible that maybe we can put a 1x3 classroom block in that area? So we need to look at all the 6 chiefdoms and see each chiefdom, what are the emergencies, and then see that we can get on the ground immediately and use probably the CDF funds. In these other long-term projects, like we need main roads done in Lumezi, we need hospitals, and we're saying those rural health clinics, rural health centers, if they can be maybe expanded to mini hospitals, like in each chiefdom, if we can have mini hospitals, or at least even the valley side, we have one big hospital, then at least it will help the people, our people there in the valley area. So those are the issues that I'm thinking. These are emergencies. The moment I get on board, we can start working on them.
This is the Tuesday edition of The Burning Issue here on the Happy Word of 5 FM radio. And our guest is Zelipa Chisulo, who is the UPND Lumezi aspiring candidate. And of course, she was a candidate in the 2021 election, that's general election, where she stood as an independent member of parliament there. And of course, didn't make it. She's confidently feeling this time is her time. Now, let's discuss women in politics a bit. There's talk right now, and I know that, look, I'll make reference to the incarcerated Mufue member of parliament, right? And the talk around the fact that a woman has been, they are calling it robbed off a constituency when we are at a time when we are pushing for women inclusion in politics, and this is happening. It hasn't sat well with other organizations, including NGOCC. This is an issue to do with, hate speech, of course, tribal remarks, and all sorts of cases that have come about. But on the other hand, it's been noticed that this government is probably doing this in a malicious way to try and get more seats in parliament, and so that they could be in a position to pass laws easily. First of all, let's discuss the fact that you are getting into this political arena where, first of all, it's been seen as second, very expensive, and also women have been judged to be, sometimes you've been judged not to be good people if you aspire for political positions such as the one that you're after. There's been quite a lot of talk around women who get into politics. Have you experienced any negative sentiments on you and your aspirations?
I have, yes.
Would you like to share your experiences?
Okay, like I know that the time towards the 2021 elections, we were the three of us, the females, the women that stood. We had Pleader Jerry, myself, and I think another lady under Socialist Party. So you find that there's a lot of bullying, cyberbullying, insults, and all that. So for me, I was very passionate about that, and I think I did a statement over that on cyberbullying and all. And then you find that maybe like for our lady, Pleader Jerry, she was insulted left, right, and center. And then even at one time, I know they wanted to start with me. So for me, I just told them that you can't start with me. And for me, I'll definitely deal with you. You can't go around and start insulting women and you think all of us will keep quiet and all that. So it was quite heated, but I think I managed to contain that. And I just had to show them, I had to show the men that I'm a very strong woman and you don't come around and start bullying me and all that. It doesn't work for me. I have been bullied. And so they just withdraw and they lay back and then they won't come forth and maybe try to contest and all. But I'm saying let the women out there come out, and we need deliberate policies that will be able to support women either financially. And I'm also in support of the Constitution amendment that is going to have specific number of women that will be appointed or adopted subsequently elected into these positions. So I think for me, it's high time that we the women really came out. And if it's a passion that is burning in you and you know that you can give a service to people, you can work for the people in your various constituencies or at the local government level, I think it's high time for us women to really come out. And coming to the issue of my colleague, Maureen that has been incarcerated, numbers are dwindling in parliament instead of the numbers increasing for the women, because that's what we're always crying for and that's what we are saying. But it's unfortunate that it had to come to that, because we know that at times the law has to take its course. I know that my colleague, I think where she was inciting people to rise and bringing tribal talks and all that, I think we know that even in Rwanda, that's how it started. It was tribal that made them go through that, tribal remarks and all that. So I think it was wrong to incite the people and the people to rise against a tribe or the government. I think we need to be as women, because as women we are mothers of constituencies. We are mothers to everybody. It doesn't matter whether you are younger or you have senior citizens in your constituency, and all those people send you to go and represent them in parliament. And then if you go to parliament and then you are diverting from what you're supposed to be doing for your people, and then you now start engaging yourselves, for me, I call them men's fights. I think don't involve yourself in men's fights. Let them fight on their own. And you as a woman, I think let's concentrate on our people, let's concentrate on our families, and let's concentrate on our constituencies. Some of these battles, I think it's better to not even comment or involve yourself. Leave them and let the men fight their own battles, really. It's unfortunate that it has come to this, but I think it gives us, it's a wake-up for us, the women. I think when we're there as representative of the people, let's just concentrate on who have sent us to do, and let's help our constituencies and build up our constituencies. I think that's what I can say on that part.
Can I ask you a very difficult question?
Yes.
If you get adopted, you win the election, or rather, you lose the election, this by-election, would that be of your political career?
No, it can't be. Because for me, even in 2021, when I lost, I never said, I've lost, I've spent money, my money is gone, let me just leave it. I never did
Because
that.
if you lose this one, then probably the party will think that you were not the right candidate.
I'm very certain.
And if they conclude you are not the right candidate, it means that come 2026, they'll want to try someone else.
Exactly. But
so where do you stand at that point, for example? Let's assume
if I lose,
yeah.
For me, like I'm saying, really, I have so much experience in running an election from the presidential level to a constituency. It's something that I know we're going to win. Losing, I don't think so. I don't think so, because I've got the right message. I'm the right candidate. I'm a female. I don't see us losing, really. Like I'm saying, the people of Lumezi, I don't think they want a man. No. If there was another strong woman in Lumezi whom I know, then I can be saying, oh, maybe if they adopt her, then she's going to win. But I'm saying, if I'm adopted, definitely we're going to win, because there's no any other strong candidate. Even if we brought all the men and put them here, I know there's no strong candidate in Lumezi as of now for this June election, apart from me. So the issue of us losing, I don't see it.
So in 2021,
I don't think so.
In 2021, I'm trying to draw where your confidence is coming from. In 2021, the UPND candidate came out number 3, and you, as an independent member of parliament, came out number 4. The votes put together, you think that UPND could have won the election in? Because literally now I'm thinking you split the vote for the UPND.
Even the two of us putting them together, no,
you would not have.
We would not have won.
So based on those numbers, what makes you think that those votes for UPND plus your own votes in Lumezi, what makes you think that this time around you get a number from and the person that came out second?
Because the people of Lumezi have seen me through and through. I've been there with them. I've eaten with them. I've mourned with them when they have funerals. I've slept with them on the floor throughout, not only during the campaigns, but throughout. So they know that for us, we are people with different political aspirations and all that. But at the end of the day, we come back together. We're one huge, big family of Lumezi. And what we're saying is, which person are we looking at? Who's going to help us bring development to Lumezi? Who's going to help us bring up the clinics? Or who's going to for us that a hospital is built in Lumezi. So even among ourselves, we do look at, okay, who do you think, even within us as politicians, who do you think is strong here? Who do you think can? So we weigh in on each and every person. So we know that, okay, I think this person is very strong and this person can help us. So for me, as I'm interacting with the people, whether they're PF, whether they're socialist parties from wherever, I'm interacting with them as Lumezi people. So they know and they believe and they trust in me. And they know that they're saying, oh, okay, I think you can represent us well in parliament. No, I think your ideas are going to work here. So you hear those sentiments and it just encourages you. And so I know that it will not be only the UPND people that will vote for me. It will be the whole Lumezi people, whichever party, whether it is PF, Socialist Party, whichever party it is, because they believe and they trust in me. And they know that I'll be able to work for them. I'll not be their boss, but I'll be their servant. And they know and they believe that the experience that I have, I'll still be able to use that same experience in Lumezi, and development will be able to come through. And the problems that people are facing, at least the problems will be sorted out.
At some point, Munia had come out on his social media complaining that there of people who were working against him in Lumezi constituency. Could that be you?
No, because he never got along with all the councillors. And as MP, you can't work without the councillors. Those are your people on the ground. Those are the people that will give information from the wards where they're coming from and all that. So if you can't get along with the councillors, you don't get along with the council chairperson, who are you going to work with? So maybe the people saying that they're trying to bring him down or they're working against him are councillors and not from me, because I'm not in those second meetings and all that. I'm very far away. I'm just on the ground. So for him, I know that there's one of the meetings he had, it was heated, and all the councillors, they just thought that they won't work with him. He went on, you've seen the way he behaved even in parliament, fighting with people, fighting with the speaker, wanting to grab the instruments of power and all those things. Insulting people. It can't be. So if he was saying those sentiments, it means he knows that he created a lot of enemies along the way. But for me, I do not think, because if you can't get along with your own councillors, then it means that's a huge problem. How are you going to work? How are you going to deliver? So those things, really, it had nothing to do with me. Yes.
Our guest this morning on the Tuesday edition of The Burning Issue is Zelipa Chisulo. She is the UPND Lumezi aspiring candidate. And of course, remember, we are live on Tuta FM in Mansa, also live on ZFM 100.3 in Kapiri, and live on Spice FM, live on Platinum Radio in Ndola and covering the Copper Belt. Also live on our Facebook page, that's 5FM Radio Zambia. So phone calls for those that would like to interact with our guest, please feel free to call us on 0955 221515. The number again is 0955 221515. Should you wish to want to have a conversation with our guest in studio. And once again, our guest is Zelipa Chisulo. She is UPND Lumezi aspiring candidate. Let's take this call. Good morning.
Exactly. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Thank you very much for calling.
Yes, this is Comrade Mkota. My sister, good morning.
Good morning, thank you.
Yes, Mr. Mkosa.
You are speaking very well, my sister. Now, looking at Lumezi, Lumezi has got two parts. In the middle, there is a part. Which part of Lumezi are you coming from? That's my first question. Because the way politics are done there, according to my understanding, like a small research that which I have done, is that nawenangu bafuna muntu wao. Bakuvali bafuna muntu wao. Bakuplatu bafuna muntu wao. So if you are coming from the valley, how are you going to make sure that to make the people in the plateau to believe that you also accommodate them, you be there for them, since they believe in such manner? Ilibonga kuna Nigeria uti kulikunote na kusouth. Yeah. When you talk about the way the Banana Munia behaved, really, I just want to say this. The people of Lumezi this time around, they deserve better. They deserve a leader that will show to them that when you are elected, you are there to serve them. Not what we saw Kuliwa Mnyazu, where we can't even describe the type of behavior parliament. So you know the challenges like you have mentioned. But really, my encouragement again is that if you are not going to be adopted, please, like you have pledged to support the candidate that will be adopted. Make sure that you work together and you win the city. Because as UPND, our main goal is to make sure that the leadership is provided everywhere. We cannot have a situation, the same situation which the people of Lumezi has had before after this election. We want leaders that will be there. Government is doing. Thank you very much, Madam.
Thank you, brother. You too can call through and come through to 1515. UPND Lumezi aspiring candidate is our guest today, and if you would like to have a conversation with her, please call us now and speak with her. Let me pick this one. Good morning.
Good morning, Zach. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Good morning, Madam Zelipa Chisulo.
Good morning, thank you.
Is it Zelipa?
Yes.
Yes, Zelipa, yes. Please,
yes,
where are you calling us from?
Yes, my name is Andrew. I'm calling you from within Musaka.
Andrew, please go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, so first of all, it's good to see women, it's good to see women, taking part in, in political affairs of the nation. So we wish the madam there, I wish all the best. And see women, getting involved. Just have a few questions for Honorable there. Number one, I think if I heard right, it alludes to the fact that she has done some mappings already in the constituency in terms of investments. There are some mappings already for investments, and she's promised that she's going to implement those investments once she's voted into office. So just wanted to understand, because we also have read a lot of rhetoric, a lot of promises from these politicians.
Well, I seem to have network issues. Andrew, are you there? Well, we seem to have network issues, but we sure hope that he will call us back. But let's take this one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Your name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, my name is Edmond. I'm calling in Lusaka.
Okay, you're quite low. Are you in any way are we on speaker on your phone, no?
I'm using a handset.
Handsets, yeah. No, just take them off. We can't hear you while you're using hands-free kit, so just take them off and speak with us, to us without them, yeah.
Clear.
Much better, thank you very much. Your name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, my name is Edmond Shishawa. I'm calling in Lusaka.
Edmond, thank you very much for calling. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, madam.
Good morning, thank you.
Yeah, I just want to wish you, when you elected as a member of parliament, there are areas that you are supposed to work on it so that you bring the development. I've seen a lot of members of parliament in our country. Once they voted into power, they neglect where the electorate voted for them. You find that the road, even from a passage road, like for example, I can give you in Chazanga, there is a feeder road that's coming from Northgate Police. That road, it used to have a tarmac. But we have the member of parliament of Mandevu, nothing, they never do anything. So, you people, you must know that when you promise people, you are connected with God. Because the Bible says, all liars will go to hell. So, when you promise people, make sure, I wish you the best. People will give you votes. But you must work for the people. And this radio station, I always say that this media, like the big man there, he interviewed a lot of people, even the president when they were in opposition, they used to go there at 5 FM. You must also help those people who doesn't know what you are talking about. You paraphrase in Nyanja so that the common man also, the people that understand Nyanja, they know what you are talking about. You find that in another radio station, when they are using Nyanja, a lot of callers, they are calling to that radio because a lot of people, they want to hear what you are saying as in Nyanja. Are you with me?
Yes, very understood. And thank you very much for your proposal.
This is my concern because it's like we are oppressing people who want to understand the language, even the constitution. They don't know how to elaborate them, to tell them that the government has done this and this, so that they understand. Even if you are talking there, you paraphrase in Nyanja, so that we've got the program ABCD, you paraphrase in Nyanja, so that you also participate. Because we don't have English people, a lot of people in Zambia, because every caller that's calling to that radio station, they have the same callers. So we need you as a media to make sure that people that come there, they must also talk Nyanja so that people understand.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your information. Let me take one more call on 0955221515, and I would like you to respond, or maybe let me give you an opportunity now to respond, but let me give you a few comments on Facebook because they are not really questions, and I think that I can read them out to you. This one is from Chenga Igwe. So it says, greetings to Mrs. Zelipa Chisulo. It's a great challenge to aspire for such a position in a race called the race of men. Lumezi Constituency has been yearning for a credible and mature MP, but their attempt to vote for a youthful MP has come back to them like a slap in the face. Please go to Lumezi and represent the good people who have been let down by the young man. Be strong and stay focused. That's Chenga Igwe. I'll give you Dennis Hambai, who says, take that challenge, my dear sister. It's not about politics, but serving the people of Zambia. Amen. Go for it. We need intellectuals in parliament like you. Forward, Chabwe. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right. There's a question probably from Francis Kabachike, who says, Mr. Zach, this woman is saying that Munia bribed her to withdraw the case. Tell her to produce the evidence because these people are liars. Now, Francis, again, she said there was an offer, not that she was bribed. There was an offer. Otherwise, let me go to the next one. Lumezi Constituency incoming MP. This must be your page. I'm not sure, but it says, thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your encouragement as well. And I think this page is responding to the messages that came through.
Okay.
So your social media guy must be very quick. Evans Mulevu says, let Lumezi be represented well. Now, would you like to respond to some of those comments and calls?
Yes, I think the first one, he was talking about being from the plateau, the valley.
Yes.
Yes, so for me, I speak to all the chiefs in Lumezi. I'm not looking at me coming from the valley. I come from the valley. I'm a princess of Chief Chukwumeni. So I don't look at the valley on its own and the plateau on its own. I look at Lumezi as a whole, as one unit. And so, like I said,
but he says the vote pattern is different.
No,
it depends where you're coming from, isn't it? That's
no,
not true.
It's not true. It's not true, because at the end of the day, I mean, we're one Zambia, one nation, and therefore even the people of Lumezi, they are one people. So there's nothing like you're coming from the valley or you're coming from the plateau. No, about you yourself. Are you a people person? Believe that you'll be able to save them? Do the people think that you'll be able to? The things that they're lacking, are you able to sort them out? Have you done something which the people they've seen that yes, this is the leader that we want? That's what the people of Lumezi are looking for. There's nothing like coming from the valley or from the plateau. No,
it hasn't been like that in the past. No. Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Okay.
I'm very sure. There's nothing like this one is coming from the valley or the plateau. No, it hasn't been like that. I mean, you need to win an election with both the people of the valley and the plateau. So for me, I'm looking at, we've got some big ones in the plateau and some big ones in the valley, where there are a lot of voters, both areas, the valley and the plateau. So you can't separate the two. They are one unit. So the people there, when they're voting, they're not looking at which chiefdom one is coming from, which area, is it the plateau or the valley? No, they're looking for somebody who's going to be their servant. They're looking for somebody who's got their idea and to get the ideas and run with them and bring those ideas into reality. That's what the people of Lumezi are looking for. They're not trying to look at which sector or area or which chiefdom. No. I think we're one people. We've got the 4 Chua chiefs, we've got the Bisa chief, the 2 Bisa chiefs and all, but we speak Tumbuka, Bisa, Chewa, every language there. We're one people. And we all get along. So there's nothing like this vote coming from the plateau. No. The people of Lumezi, they speak with one voice. If they've decided this is what we want and this is what we're going for, they'll do that. And they'll do that in numbers. And it will be massive. This they'll show you, even on the 26th of June, they'll say, okay, this is the person that we want Zelipa and all that. So they'll speak through the votes. That's the people of Lumezi.
Andrew came in and spoke to your earlier statement that there has been some mapping being done in Lumezi for investment, and he's really asking how committed you will be to those investments, and probably what investments are those, because he feels this government, of which the party government you are standing on has made quite some promises that they have not delivered. How sure are you that what you've done in terms of mapping for investments will be delivered?
Okay, like I said earlier on, I think for me, God's time is always the best. And as proud to my coming on board now and trying to run for the Lumesi constituency seat, I've just had doors opening up and people coming forth. And like this the project that I'm talking about in particular, there's a man called Mr. Malesu. He's worked with Paul Kagame, Rwanda. He's worked with Namibia. He's now working with Kenya. He deals with the presidents, and also it's where he's an engineer by profession, and then he comes on board and maps the whole country. And now they go into water reticulation and all that, and just to ensure that the whole country, the whole nation has got water. And so that is the same project that is bringing into Lumezi, because it's saying, I want to do this for my country. I've helped other countries, but I've not done anything in Zambia. And then he's been back in the country. So they've already done everything. And so they're coming on board and just to help, because they're taking Lumezi as an example. So once it's done there, now it can be spread to other constituencies within Zambia, within the country. And so we'll find that the issue even of water, it will be a long it will be a past issue, a past problem. So they've really come on board and bringing in the investors and all that for that project. So I know it's a project that will kickstart as soon as possible, and it's a project that can be done in that 9 months. So for me, I'll not just promise because I want people to elect me and do not do those things. Because one thing I've been taught and I've been mentored even from my uncle Zachariah Banda was that never promise people. If you know that you can't do those things, do not promise them. But if you know that you're going to do those things, then you can promise them and ensure that you do those things. So like the last time, 2 months ago, I was in Kazembe Chiefdom. I had promised the youths there that I'll bring them the football jerseys. So I asked the whole chiefdom, there are 9 teams. And I said, okay, the next time you see me, I'll come with the football jerseys. So I went 2 weeks ago. I went back there and I took the football jerseys for 4 teams. And I said the other 5 teams, the next time I come, then I'll definitely do that. I had to print the names of the clubs and all that. And so people were very excited. You know, when the games were playing, the women would run in on the field and celebrate when the goals were scored and all that. And it brought a lot of happiness. It doesn't matter the age, whether they're elderly women or young ones, football brings everybody together. And they were saying a lot of people have promised us, even in the past, where they say that we'll bring this, we'll do that, but they never come. You're the first one that has really brought the jerseys to our teams. So for me, I'm saying, yes, if I promise you, then I'm going to do it. If I don't promise you, then just know that I won't. But the things that I promise, it means I have to do them because I'm answerable to God and I'm answerable to the people of Lumezi. First of all, I'm answerable to God because I can't say things that I don't do those things because even before God, what am I trying to do? What am I trying to say? So for me, if there are things that I know that God has given me the capacity and we'll be able to work together with people of Lumezi, yes, I'll say this I'm going to do. And I'll make sure that it's done to the best of my ability. And the people will be able to see that, yes, these are the things that she was saying, and we've worked together, and the things have come to fruition. I'm not going to promise things that I'm not going to do. No, I will not. Even during my campaigns, I'll not promise the things that I know we want to do. No. But if something that I know that this, hey, I'll definitely do it, I will say it and I'll promise.
This is the Tuesday edition of The Penny Issue. Our guest is Zelipa Chisulo. She is the UPND Lumezi aspiring candidate. You too can come through and interact with her, or if you have a question or indeed a comment, the number you're calling us on is 0955 21515. Good morning. Nauka mauka bwino.
Nauka mauka bwino.
My sister. Sebastian Mianda,
Sebastian Mianda.
Yes, napasha ko ba mukosa na voice of Rwanda UPND chorus. Cho yambira. Nikakamba ko ine kuma hizi anga ni 24, returning at 25 years this year.
Right.
Yeah. So nipe pa ko na sister wanga. Because the of parliament so behavior ya munia Zulu tumecheza unikondereza munia Zulu na mzao na ngezi kama jina po jana taba ujamu kwa kudara imu behavior yao ama mtu kama watu wote nao so laniza ukikola choka kuni respect. I remember there is a day that munia Zulu na mangwapo mao yanacho satua nachoka mumatos Shukuma the Mundi Vire and Brazil when I'm mountain. No come back to the Wakuengwa at the Waku, they are very intelligent than Wakuengwa. Type Borism, your manja, my own. Then you come Mangia and Rabaso Mungamana Mangia, Mangira, Ramdara, Ramina, Camino. Colombo come back to and talk out and go to because the person I come and you play in a chocolate president and kuna chief there. Kwa mtazamo wao hii pale ya sister wao kama na kitenguzi pesa na kitu na kwa makolo wao baba jana na chief yale kuja kwa makolo watu kwa sema chief kwa kufaka ni mpaa hivi chanje mtaka la kitia mtaka la difference pale
nabamunia solo because apakazi ma MPs wakazi nikakonga muri ma MPs wakazi basenza kusikia muri bamuna ma MPs zakupata example muri pachikankata
but Sebastian line yambo chitamonga ijurika.
Oh, sorry.
Much better, please. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Zakupata example pale ya MP bakuchikankata wakazi basenza na mbana wakazi bakumapatiza bayumbi bakumapatiza ni wakazi basebenza kiboneka vela chiti amukaenda pali bachonya pakafira pakashiwe next year kwa 10 years amadda wakazi waje basebenza mushemushe baona ka so tifo rai mu leadership ngati bakufakani kuza naye mumukalangize ku mu basebenza wakazi wazanu kazukuliwa bayumbi zena ngwa PF munga baukalurushi wakazi waje basebenza mushemushe bakaba market nakaponda somewhere if I'm not mistaken basebenza namba vene kazela chiti naye mumukalangizeko kuja difference kuli kupatuna ku vali naona pazote mbichi ba chief ya ku vali ndio danda unapotimiza constituency ikuru naweza kupempa kutoa kale kuna constituency yao naona andiko njara kuja kuntu mukabaonepo na bebe baja bantu andipa mukulira kwa chiefs yao kunkania ya constituency kuma jugu ya constituency Lumezi mikuru batandize ni koni so that mukaibadili development ioneke nitempa kuli mu basista then I question yanga mnyanke na fusa ko nifuna ko difference pali ino ngakala ni vichana vitu zakaonako post yana ko pali mu na bamunia zuru behavior yanu bamunia zuru behavior yao ziko.
Thank you very much. He sounds like he knows you and you know, but 0955, let me take another one on 0955221515. That's the number you're calling us on. Good morning.
Morning, Zach. How are you, my brother?
Not too bad, brother Chisha. How are you?
Very, very okay, Zach. How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you so much. My sister there, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. First and foremost, I wish you all the best in Lumezi. You are standing on UPND ticket. You are planning to stand on UPND ticket, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now, my question is, are you not worried with the sufferings of Zambians at the moment? What type of message are you going to deliver to people of Lumezi? Because if I remember very well, when the current president, when he was in the opposition, he was moving around with Pamela, the meal called Pamela. He was moving with cooking oil, and he was showing to people to say, when we are going to form government, these things will be the thing of the past. But if you look at the sufferings today of Zambians, and compared by the time the president was moving with those things by that time, it is, I don't know if it doubled or tripled. What type of message are you going to deliver to the people of Lumezi concerning load shedding? Because I remember very well when the president was in the opposition, he was like, in Dubai, they don't experience any rain season, but they don't go out of power to enjoy electricity. What is the situation today on the ground? I remember very well the president by that time was telling going to form government, it's going to be 250 from 600. The situation today on the ground is totally different. Now I'm sympathizing with you. What type of message are you going to tell the people of Lumezi so that they can vote for you? Yes, you are a woman, and it's important to have a member of parliament who are women. Sometimes it's not just a matter of voting for you because you are a woman. We need to examine even where you are coming from. What type of message? I'm just interested to the type of the message you're going to tell the people of Lumezi, because after all those promises failed, for me, most of the promises failed. No wonder you find that people, they are suffering more than they were during PF time. What about medicines which are gone missing? Are you going to tell them to say you are suffering because there's no medicine in the hospital because of PF? Is that the message you're going to tell them? So I'll be anxious waiting to hear from you, my sister. What type of messages are you going to tell the people of Lumezi? Because we have suffered more than people who are in terms of Kaunda, more than people who are in terms of MMD, and more than people who are in terms of PF. Like I said, I don't have anything against you, but all what I'm saying is the party you are going to stand on. Are you sure you're going to scoop from Lumezi seat, my sister? What type of message are you going to tell the people of Lumezi? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brother Chisha, for coming. I'll take one more, and then I can give you an opportunity to react. Let's take this one. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. Good morning, madam.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah, this is Willie calling within Osaka.
Willie.
Yes.
Yes, please, Willie.
Yeah, I just want to encourage you, madam. Don't be discouraged by people who are calling you to ask you so many questions. Yours is to go and wait for the people of Lumezi. I know that you carry the day when that day comes. You are in ruling party. Don't worry about what people are telling you, what people are asking you. So yours is to go there, make a difference, go and work for the people of Lumezi. I know that the previous MP was there. He was so talkative, but he comes to development. There was nothing like it to point out. So when you devoted him, go there, go and work for the people of Lumezi. Go and help those women who need help. Go and help those youth who need help. Don't worry about what people are saying. The day coming, you'll be in parliament. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Willie, for that. Well, that was an encouragement. But let's quickly respond to Sebastian, Brother Chishe, and Willie. Start with Sebastian, because he is asking a question: how different would you be from Munia Zulu should you be voted in, especially from behavior point of view?
Okay, for me, because first of all, I'm a mother. So I'm a mother for the people of Lumezi. I know the pains that mothers are going through, the mothers or the women in Lumezi are going through. I feel their pain. I know what is going on. I know the hardships that people have. So for me, I've taken those problems into my heart. It's something that is paining me. It's something that is eating me up each and every day. And it's something I've said, God, please help me to help the people of Lumezi, because it's so painful. When you are there, you see the problems. That's when you appreciate what problems people are going in through. But when you're here, of course, you're not there, you won't see. But when you are living with them, you are talking to them, you are eating with them, you are sleeping with them, you'll be able to feel the pain that they're going through. So for me, I think on that aspect, and the fact that I have so much experience in politics, in leadership, it's something that I'll make a whole huge difference. I can't go and start fighting with people or in parliament and all that, because that's not what the people of Lumezi elected me or voted me for. They want to see development. They want to see that they have clinics or mini hospitals, or they have water. Their lives are changed. Their lives are improving. They have roads. They have all those things that we need. So for me, I don't think I'll have the time of going to pick a fight or start insulting. First of all, I can't insult from my mouth. I can't, because I come from a very strong Christian background. I'm an ordained reverend, so I can't do that. For me, my heart is to save the people of Lumezi, is to work and ensure that at least their lives, they change. There should be a difference, really. There should be a difference, because I know what I've been there. I know their pain, really. So I don't think I'll be able to neglect them. Neither will I come to Lusaka and stay and not go there and see what is going on. Really, like I said, I don't have time. So even if I'm elected, I only have 9 months that I'll be in parliament. And then after that, now we start going to campaigns. So I don't have the luxury. I don't have the time to relax. I have to run and ensure that at least 1 or 2 things are done. Even by the time we'll be in 2026, I'm asking for their vote again. They'll say, okay, at least she's done 1 or 2 things. Then we know that she can do more. So for me, that's what I'm looking at. For the caller that was...
Brother Chisha.
Yes.
What message do you have for the people of Lumezi? If he feels you have entered, you're getting into a political arena for this particular constituency or by-election at a time when people are experiencing high cost of living, how then will you be able to convince them? What message are you carrying to them that will convince them or give them hope that amidst the high cost of living, things will be well?
Okay, for people of Lumezi, Lumezi is an agriculture hub. So in terms of food, we thank God this year we have had the rains. Last year, the drought that we had, the government came in with the Cash for Work program, and that really helped a lot of people and a lot of families to survive throughout the drought. And then now that we've had the rains, God has blessed us. In this year, 2025, there's a lot of food. There's plenty of food. I mean, there are farmers there, and a lot of them, others, they sell the food, others they farm to just have food. So on that aspect, really, I think the food wise in Lumezi this year, at least people have food. So there's no major issues of hunger, no. And when it comes to the other message that for me I'm taking is because people have seen that the CDF is working, and that CDF has done on one or two things here and there, which means if I come on board, then I'll be able to push the council, the stakeholders, and everybody, and to ensure that at least those other things that we're able to do with the CDF funds are done immediately. Like I mentioned, the health sector, the water, and all that. Those are things that we can use the CDF immediately. When it comes to education, the people in Lumezi, all their children are now going to school because it's free education, and they're grateful to the government. So those are some of the policies which the government has implemented, and it's happening, and children are going to school. So even the issue of early marriages now has tremendously dropped, because there's no reason for parents to marry off a girl child when the girl child can easily go to school and they're not paying for anything. That time, the excuse was that they don't have money to pay for the school fees and all that. But now, there's no excuse really. So all the children, all the girl child, the boy child, they're all going to school. And I know, like, even in our chiefdom, I know even it's similar with the other chiefdoms, where they've put up strict measures or penalties if parents marry off a child at an early age, then they're penalized. So you look at maybe the dowry they'll receive from that man that wants to marry their child, and the penalties that they'll be made to pay to the chief. You find that the cows, and when you put all those things together in terms of monetary, it's a lot of money compared to what you're going to charge for dowry. So they know that now the parents are saying, okay, no, we can't sell our child. Let our child go to school, because tomorrow they'll be able to take care of themselves. They'll be able to look after us. So on that aspect, like in Lumezi, people are appreciative with a free education, with the CDF. So for me, I'm saying, apart from the CDF, there are other things that our lobby from the president, Mr. Kende Chilema, from the ministers and one, say, please, we need this road to be done. We need this hospital. We need this. So I know that through the lobbying and the pushing, I'm sure somewhere, somehow, they'll come on board, and they'll be able to give us that hospital that we so much long for. They'll be able to give us that boarding school that we so much long for. They'll be able to give us even the rural health post to the mini hospital. So I know those are things that will be done immediately I'm into office, and there are all those that are long-term projects which will still be done.
Well, let's see if we can take a few calls. We'll probably be taking the last batch of calls on 0955221515. I've got a comment on Facebook. This one is coming from William Ngenda. Okay, so he says, good morning, Madam Zelipa, Chisulo, and Mr. Banda. This is William Ngenda from Choma. Coming to the topic, I just want to wish you well, Madam, and please don't go there in Parliament just to represent the people of Lumezi alone, but represent the youths countrywide. And please, Madam, can you advise those people who are screaming to come back? Because during their time, meal meal was costing 195. So if it is to bring back the past government, it will be the UNIP, because meal meal then was costing 25 kwacha, pay 25 kg. All right. Thank you very much, William, all the way from Choma, for that message. Let me take this call. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you today?
Okay. This is commonly known as HH.
Your name again?
Hobson Hatembo, commonly known as HH.
Hodson Hatembo.
OBSON.
OB, okay. Hobson.
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes. So mine is just a simple issue. There is this perception whereby the current government is being compared to the past government, but the past government doesn't want to be compared to the past government. You understand? And that's the way it is. We had UNIP before, and UNIP was removed. People were not satisfied with whatever they were doing. They said, no, we have to change. They brought in MMD. When MMD came in power, it was compared to UNIP. And people even preferred to go back to UNIP at that time. You remember? Then MMD was removed. There came PF. It's the same thing. People compared the MMD to UNIP, and MPF were compared to this MMD. And now there is UPND, which is being compared to PF. And this is the way things are. You know, there is no government that is going to reduce things way back to UNIP or even beyond the UNIP time. Things are changing. So for me, we have to adapt to whatever is happening at the rate of which we are moving. The population is increasing, and the kwacha, these other things, the cost of doing business is increasing. It's no longer the way it was before. So now, again, coming to the other most important thing for me issue about politicians. You politicians, especially this time around when we are going towards election, you are coming back to people, even if it's your first time or you have been elected before, you are so humble, coming back to ask for votes from us, trying to tell us this and this and this. There is even a song that was sung, and these things are happening. You should be preaching about peace, of unity, regardless of whatever political affiliation one belongs to. Politics should only be a difference of ideologies or ideas, not political, physical, enmity with the other camps, But otherwise, I can just wish you all the best in whatever you are doing. And remember to preach peace in whatever you are doing. Don't look others as your enemies. Even ask the followers. You should be preaching peace to us to unite. We should only choose you or the other person based on the ideas and whatever they are promising people to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Tembo. And we'll take another two calls on 0955-221515. Our guest is Zelipa Chisulo, UPND Lumezi aspiring candidate. Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Zach.
How are you today?
I'm very fine, thank you. This is Michael Nabishua calling you from Zelipa Constituency.
Yes, Michael.
Yes, we have heard what the guest in the studio she's explaining, which I think for me, she's explaining it very well. I think I'd also concur with the previous caller, whereby some of these our colleagues who served in the previous regime, they will always want to compare the current government with the previous to say things were very cheap. But when we ask them to say, please, PF, can you tell us how much was minimum? How much did you find minimum on the other commodities when you took off from MMD? It's a well-known fact that the MMD government then left a vibrant economy which was destroyed by the previous regime. But for them, they don't want to accept. Until now, Mr. Good Moderator, they cannot even accept so that the current government is running the affairs of this country in a better, like you talk about the issue of like the different investments that we introduced. So I think the madam there, you should continue pushing that. The people from Lumezi are waiting for such leaders like you who will be able to bring development programs in that place. And like the previous MPs who just be there talking about any tangible development on the ground. For me, I think you are speaking very well, and the level for Lumezi give you a chance. I'm sure you are a resident right place, and you know the change those people are going through. You are able to tackle those things. Unlike when people are living in Lusaka, they want to go and inspire in Lumezi without them understanding what challenges, what problems these people are going through. I think you should be the right person for the people of Lumezi and let them try to see what can you bring on the table. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that. One last caller, and then we begin to conclude on 0955-221515. Good morning. Okay, so please turn off your radio station when you are calling. Turn off your radio when you are calling a radio station because we're getting very bad feedback. So let's take another one. Good morning.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the burning issue. Your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Edmond again.
Yes, Edmond.
Yeah, no, the madam there, she's talking very well, and I wish her the best. But, well, when she go to Lumezi, she must talk Nyanja, Lumezi, Koya, and everything.
Thank you.
Are you with me?
Thank you. Thank you, Edmond.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
All right.
And to my president, and
Let's see if we can take a different caller who hasn't called in before. Let's take this one. Good morning.
Good morning, Jackie.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Brother Chilonda, please go ahead.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, thank you.
Yeah. The fifth issue, what I can assure you, the people of Zambia doesn't want just to hear some words. In the whole world where people vote, in America where they developed country, everywhere they vote, changing leader, they look for the better life. Somebody then go and tell the people, say, no, nizabeza unga, nizabeza fuel, nizabeza malai, kangulika kandu katakala ize. Now, wameme wenge tumulele patuone. And that is why people vote. So, we talk about in terms of in a hard time. There was a drought for 2 years. Electricity, food security, it was a challenge. God bless the land this year, and there's a bumper harvest. So, I think we hope that the milk will go down. And the point, what I'm saying, another issue is that controversial constitution. You know, many politicians, they don't bring people constitution, they bring and themselves. If you look at, in 1973.
Hello, Brother Chilonda, are you there? Oh, we seem to have lost Brother Chilonda. Unfortunately, could be network. But there you are. You'd like to react, I guess, to those calls?
Yes, if you can give me a recap.
Yeah, so I think most of them are basically making reference to, first of all, there was an encouragement that you should not be discouraged by what other people are questioning or asking you. But also there was, I think a number of them are talking about those in opposition keep making reference to the cost of living now compared to what it was with the previous government, but they don't want them to be referred to the previous governments before them, and so on. So all these, I believe that there are sentiments that are trying to drive an agenda towards the fact that you should not be discouraged by people that are calling and giving you references of cost of living based on previous governments.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, I know some callers are talking about the cost of living is high and all those things.
Right.
Couple of them. So for me, I know that the government means well, and they've put up policies and things in place that are going to improve the lives of the people. I know that because of the drought that we had, and we've had the load shedding up until now, which has slightly improved. But I think when the solar plants and other things that are put in place are up and running, I think by July or somewhere there, I think the issue of load shedding should have really, really come down. And I know that also the government has brought, they brought in, I think, was that 2 months ago, that I was seeing even on the news, where they brought in equipment. That equipment is for fertilizer production. So I know that the farming season 2025 into 2026, I think even the fertilizer should be and affordable, and it's something that will be produced within Zambia. So I know our UPND government does mean well. Something this morning, like the ZNS millimeters come 169 kwacha for a 25 kg bag of mealie meal. So the government means well. And now that there's a bumper harvest, I'm sure in the next 1-2 months, we should be able to see a drop in the mealie meal prices. So it's something that there was a disturbance, we had a drought and all that, but I think the government means well for the people of Zambia. So I know that is also going back to Lumezi, which I've been saying the same things. I think the government means so well. There are some things that the government has started doing in terms of free education, the CDF and all that. But I know in the next few months, things must really, really improve and improve for the better. We'll be able to see these things. I'm very hopeful that it's going to happen. I know it's been hard. Zambia has gone through these hardships before in the past, but we always come out. God has been graceful and merciful for us. I know that it was a passing phase, so now things are going to improve. That I know, and I'm very hopeful in the next few months. Yes.
Zelipa Chisulo, UPND Lumezi aspiring candidate. Why again should UPND adopt you for this by-election?
Because first of all, like I said, I'm a female. Lumezi is now ready for a female and not a male. So if a male is imposed on them, I think people will reject. But if it's a female who is me as Zelipa Chisulo, they'll be very happy, they'll be very glad, and they'll give huge vote that we need. And they know that between now and 2026, I'll be up and running with them together and to ensure that the things are done and there's some improvement in Lumezi. So for our party in government, the UPND, from the President, His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, our General Secretary, the whole party, the whole team, the provincial team, and the whole UPND family, I think you won't go wrong if you give me that adoption certificate. It means that I'll represent you very well. And even our campaigns in the 29 days will be very easy and simple for us, for the mere fact that I've been on the ballot before. People know me. I've been with the people. I live with the people. I eat with the people. I sleep with the people. All these years, I never abandoned them, not even one moment. And this is why when you go on the ground, my name is very solid and my name is there. And then also I'm the only one that can vote for myself among all the aspirants. That I can assure you that the people of Lumezi will be so grateful and will be appreciative, and they'll give us that yes vote that we need so much. And as UPND party, definitely will be able to carry the day, because I know that it's time for a woman, and that's how I believe God has ordained it to be that way. And I know that even come 2026, because we need the votes again, people of Lumezi, Eastern Province as a whole, I know that we'll be able to work together. Because for me, I get along and all the churches, our Gaundi and all that, and I know that we'll be able to speak to them and bring everybody on board. And with the policies that our president that you have and the government, I know that and the people will work with us and to ensure that even in 2026 we return with that huge vote. So I'm the best candidate. I have the experience. I have what it takes to be a member of parliament, and I have what it takes to lead the people of Lumezi and ensure that together with you as a government, as the people of Lumezi, we work together as one team and we bring development to Lumezi. I know that people's lives will change, and come 2026, it will be a thing of the past where people will just be thanking us and praising us and wanting to move with us together. So, and above all, I just want to thank every one of you, the callers that called in, and I thank God for this opportunity and for everything that God is doing in my life, and for the things that God is about to do in people's lives in Lumezi. Thank you so much, and thank you for hosting me.
You're welcome, and we can only wish you all the best as you take on this daunting challenge. It's not easy to get into an election and win the vote of the people, especially of the majority, but we are grateful that you came. We like your confidence, and all we can say is all the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And of course, to the rest of you, our listeners, thank you very much for coming through and followed our conversation. And more so, thank you to our partner radio stations that carried this program live. We're live on Tuta FM in Mansa, Z FM in Kapiri, Spice FM in Kabwe, and Platinum Radio in Ndola. And so from all of us, we definitely know that we will be back, God willing, this week on the Thursday for the Thursday edition of the Burning Issue. But from more so of each other. Bye-bye.